Hello again. This is my second video on a review of the Herotab MID816 tablet. This is going to be the dissection portion of it. Show you the different chips and show you what chips are in it, and also the SD card. So let's get to it. Pretty much going to use just two tools to do this. It's actually really easy. Going to use a standard, small computer Philips and the tiny flathead. So we got to flip the tablet over, and you'll notice here there are two screws just on the end. That's all the screws there are. So let's go ahead and take those, and it's only about 5 turns or so on each screw to loosen them up. Okay, once you have those loosened, you got to do a little prying, and it's a little scary, but it's actually not that bad. You just take the little flathead, and there are these little tabs right along the sides here, and you just go along and just pop each of those little tabs. You can hear the snap as it goes, and try not to damage your device while you're doing it. But let's go ahead and just pop the rest of these off. Alright, so we got that side. Now we'll continue on to round. Okay, so just like that, we've got the tabs popped. Now, when you take this off, there is a speaker wire that's connected, and you can see it right here. It goes from the speaker all the way down to its connection to the board. So it's real easy. Just to disconnect it, just pull it back. That's all there is. And here's the bottom of it, and as you can see, actually, we'll go around this way. Sorry. Okay, so just little connector, little speaker, mono speaker on the back panel. I'm going to set this aside. So now we get down to the good part. Here is the inside of the tablet. I'll zoom in a little bit here. Now you've got the battery, nice little label on the screen underneath here, and then you have the board, and that's pretty much it for the tablet. Really not a whole lot more to it, and we're gonna just zoom in here so you can see the battery. Let's see, we'll turn that sideways. So that's the battery, and the battery is actually soldered into the board here. So changing the battery may not be very easy. It's also a thin battery here. You'd have to find something that would be compatible. And then we'll move on to the board. Now here we have the system board. We'll just zoom out real quick. You've got the wire coming here from the wireless to what I'm assuming is the wireless antenna. And then you have here the camera. And over here, this chip is the wireless chip. Here's the Samsung processor, which also has the graphics card. The Samsung TV is the S5PV210. It also includes the PowerVR SGX 540. And the wireless chip right here is the Atheros AR61026. It's a wireless LAN 802.11b/g chip. It's also the same chip that's in the Kindle DX, and the processor is the same processor that's in the Samsung Galaxy Tab, along with the graphics. Obviously they're included. Now, along the side over here, you have your RAM, and it looks like 4 chips. Well, there are 4 chips. The model number is the HY5PS1G831C. And I'll have links on the site to all these different spec sheets that I could find for the individual parts. But basically, each one of these chips is 128 megabyte DDR2. So altogether, that's how you get your 512 RAM, which should be enough to run Android 3.0, we're hoping. Also, since it has the same processor, And you know, everything seems to line up with the Samsung Galaxy Tab, which I would assume is prepping for Android 3.0 also. So now this chip here, this is the Genesis GL850G. This is your USB 2.0 hub. And then over here, this one here, we have the Realtek chip, ALC5621. It's an I2S/PCM interface audio codec. So this is your sound board right there, which makes sense being right near the speaker connection. Right here we have, I'm guessing it's the 30 pin to the monitor, and then also another cable over here. And then on this side, that probably goes to all the various power buttons. And on this side here, underneath the board, we have your the volume switch, the USB, the mini USB, microphone, the mini HDMI, the micro SD, the headphone jack, and the power input. And that's pretty much everything about the board that I can find. Oh, one more important thing. The micro SD card, the internal one, is right here, and you can push it in and pop it out. Come on, little devil. There we go. And that is a 4 gig confirmed micro SD card. It is class 2, so we'll look into here future trying to upgrade the chip. I have a 16 gigabyte class 10 micro SD card that I would like to put into this, and again, I think we'll be able to do that with Clonezilla. I'll try that and let you know. So that's the tablet. That's the insides of it. Actually, it was real easy to pop off the back panel. Makes it easy to access the SD card and hopefully to do your own future upgrades. That's what I have right now. Again, check out the forum blog, links at the bottom of the video, and I will put out some additional high-res pictures of the individual chips in case you're curious, and some information that way. I thought of some additional notes that I'm tagging on to the end of my original video here. Also, I'm going to piece it back together for you. But some things that I think I plan on doing, I'm going to try to take some black electrical tape, and I'm going to try to insulate some of the wires. Not that I'm having any problems, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. So particularly this wire here that goes across the battery, I'm going to just try to put black electrical tape across the piece of it here, probably one on top, one on bottom, and then just again secure it back down to the battery, just in case there's any interference going from the buttons. Also, the wire that comes from the battery here and goes actually into the board, I'm going to try to just black electrical tape along there, because I don't like that it's touching the screen cable here. Again, I don't know if this is going to make any difference, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything to try. Probably will also just black electrical tape the wireless cable here and just make sure this is taped down firmly on that side. So let's go ahead and put this top back on. Again, it's as easy as it was taking off. Actually, it's easier. You just pop your little cable back in here on the speaker. Voila. Put the top back down. And I like to put it back in from the port side here. I like to try to put those down. And then you just go around the edges and snap it back down. Now, it acts like it's a little difficult, but all you got to do is just follow it around. And just make sure all your ends are connected. There we go. And voila, the top is back on. We'll screw it down. Try not to screw it down too tightly. You don't want your screws to go anywhere, but you don't want to strip out plastic it connects into. And proof of concept that we haven't damaged anything, we'll just turn it back on. And quick boot up time. Preparing the SD card, which I actually don't have connected right now. And screen's working. Everything's working fine. Thanks for watching.